Welcome back, guys. This is Tango again, here to feed my addiction. And as promised, today we are going to work on our first resource gathering system, which is going to focus on those 4 resources you see up there. The primary ones being sugarcane, and, well, sugarcane's going to be the big one. Wheat and pumpkin will be probably a close second, and then cactus are just kind of an optional thing I can throw in there. Mostly because they just follow the same rules as sugarcane. And also, I should mention that, if I ever have a desire for watermelons, they'll go in here as well because they follow the rules for pumpkins. But I have no desire for that crap right now, so yeah. But as I mentioned, it's going to be back here, so I want to dive right in right away and get started on it. So, since last episode, I did a lot of resource gathering and tore through a lot of the resources that I had saved up. I got a chest here with all the things that I think we're going to need. A lot of sticky pistons, and this isn't even it. This is just to kind of get a feel for the system. As I want to extend it, I'll need more and more and more. But I'll get into that later. But yeah, a lot of stickies. I had to go back to the swamp and get, for other 2 full nights, and get another couple stacks of slime balls. Tore through a lot of my iron, a lot of my redstone, so wasn't too bad though, but we're probably going to have to do some caving soon. Alright, so the plan is you're going to come in here and right away there's going to be a minecart track set up waiting for you. You're going to come in here and there's going to be some buttons there, I believe. Well, we'll throw one there. Let's see here. I'll do it right. One of those there. One of those there. So yeah. You're going to come in here, hop in your minecart, look at the wall, and say, well, which resources do I want on this ride? And if you want some pumpkins, you hit the pumpkins. If you want the wheat, you hit the wheat. Sugarcane is not going to be through a press of a button. You'll see how that works when we get down there. What's the other one? Oh, right, cactus. That's going to be, there won't be a button for that. If you press pumpkins, you're getting cactus. That's the plan. And then once you've made your decision, you hit your button and it sends you on your way. And this is going to go down a hill this way, maybe like 10 blocks or so, I'm not really sure yet, and then it's going to go out, straight, a long way, and it's going to basically go a long way out, and it's going to loop around and come all the way back, and stop you right here. And when you get back up here, without ever having left the minecart, you should have big old stacks of sugarcane, wheat, and whatever you selected, pumpkin, all the goodies. So yeah, let me start digging and lay some preliminary track and open it up and get a feel for how this is going to work down there, and I'll touch back with you then. Okay, before we continue, I need to talk about something a little unfortunate. So, in my first couple of movies, I very stupidly did take some liberties with creative mode to help me save some time. I occasionally flew to the top of a mountain to get some of the early screenshots, and when faced with digging out the entire side of a mountain, I temporarily gave myself a better tool for the job to speed things up, and when I was done, I destroyed it. But I do realize that this will upset some of you and cheapen things quite a bit possibly, and I would understand. In hindsight, I am just extremely annoyed with myself for doing this, but here's the deal. So I'm obviously just starting out making movies, and I'm really trying to get them out to you guys as quick as possible. And in those nights when my options were to spend 2 hours digging with a simple iron pick or use a better one, I opted for the better one in hopes of getting the video out one night sooner. You gotta understand, under all normal circumstances, I really dislike cheating in this game, and to me it takes the fun out of it completely. Minecraft is a game about setting goals for yourself and trying to achieve them. And if you're just going to shortcut those goals, you're stealing your own fun away. In this case, I made some shortcuts not to achieve my goals, but because my primary goal here is to make videos. But the bottom line is this, I really, really regret doing it. It hasn't happened since, and it absolutely will not happen again. You have my word on that. So it's just not worth cheapening my series to save an hour or two. So I have to apologize to you guys, and I really hope you guys can just write it off as a really really stupid rookie mistake and continue to stick around for some of my future episodes when hopefully I'm full of a little less dumb. Hope you guys understand. Alright, we're back for an update, and yeah, I decided to take it down a lot farther than I originally anticipated. I know I said like 10 blocks or so, but turns out I'm actually going to go take it down like 30, which doesn't make me happy because it does lengthen the ride, but I have my reasons. So we're at y equals 90. We're in extreme biome, so we're still up pretty high here because we're in the middle of that huge mountain. When I picked a level that this is going to flatten out on, I want to be able to take it straight for a long way without having to turn, or more importantly, without, shooting out the side of a mountain and having to build bridges and stuff. So I took it from here all the way down to about level 60 to hopefully guarantee that I'll be able to take it a straight way out for a long way. So we did go down 30 blocks here, so it's kind of a bummer, but at least you understand the trade-off. I'm also trying to grow some grass and carry it down the stairs so it'll go the whole way eventually. It's doing pretty good now. The idea there is that, this is our kind of earthy resources, things that grow and stuff, so I just want the option. I think I might try and decorate with some grass down there on the sides or something, but we'll see. I'll have that option. If not, I'll tear it all out. But yeah, let's go down there and take a little... What did I do with my... Oh, minecart right there. Hello. Choke, 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 choke. I didn't have much done here. I just wanted to give you guys a feel of what I'm thinking about here. Okay. Alright, so the general idea is you're going to come down this track here, zipping along, and as you can see, you're going to turn a hard left and then a hard right, and you're going to be going down this path here. I'm going to put all track down here, okay? This right here is going to be your return track, so the cart's going to go this way, bop, 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 and eventually it'll probably do something like this and loop around and just head back. So I got the water canals where they are here, just, standard water flowing into each other, so that I can actually grow reeds here. But what I want to do now is actually set up, maybe 16 blocks or so of this the real way, so I can explain what the whole process will be. But you guys can try and figure it out now, I'm sure. But yeah, so let me give me another. This will probably take another half hour or so, but give me some time, and then I'll touch back with you, and I'll show you how this whole thing works. So I decided I wanted to decorate with some birch planks down there, but I realized I had like 6 in my storage area, so I figured I'd show you guys my pretty clever approach for a tree farm. If I can remember how it's done. I think... How did it go? I think it was something like... Yeah, that's it right there. Yep. Yeah, and believe it or not, there's no redstone or anything involved in this. It's so elegant, so... And it's not hard to understand. You just put the tree right there, and yeah, that's it. I mean, I'll give you guys permission to use this in your world if you want. I think I might be the first one to come up with this design. But yeah, let me know. I think it's pretty clever, guys. Alright, I got enough done here to show you the basic design of how this process is going to work. You can see the grass actually did pretty well. It's been a while. So yeah, I got the sugarcane, reeds, whatever you want to call them, growing on both sides of the track. And again, that's due because I have the water hidden underneath this and hidden under there, so they can grow fine. You'll see I have wheat growing behind them on kind of a little raised platform back here. I bone milled a couple of these because I just planned on just for your viewing pleasure, so you can see how it would look. And then you'll notice up top I got pumpkins. Those aren't growing, I just manually placed those just so you can get an idea. The pumpkins are going to grow in a kind of repeating pattern, so it'll be like 2 pumpkins, 2 stems, 2 pumpkins, 2 stems, all the way down both sides. So, how this works, and I do want to state that, this design isn't exactly going to be the most efficient. I know I could have made, in fact I have designs that I've done in the past for, piston pushing pumpkin and watermelon farms that are probably more efficient than this. I'm going with this design because, quite honestly, I think it's going to be fun. It'll be fun to come down here and harvest, and it's also because you can kind of gather like 4 resources in one pass, which is kind of interesting too. But the process works like so. So again, up top you hit the there's a pumpkin button and a wheat button. The pumpkin button is going to be wired down, and then it's going to split to both sides, and behind each spot where pistons grow, if only they did grow, behind each of the spots where the pumpkins grow are going to be pistons. They're all going to hook up to that, so they're basically just going to get pushed off the ledge and fall down in here somewhere, right? Same thing for both sides. So basically just a whole ton of pumpkins are going to fall off the edge. The wheat growing back here is a little bit trickier, and it's going to take a little bit more to set up correctly, but here, let me go ahead and just break these for demonstration purposes. I set up a little water back there, so you can kind of see back there I basically have a just a water stream. So I'm going to have a water stream going on all behind all this wood. This bottom row of birch planks here are going to be attached to upside down sticky pistons. They're going to be pointing. They're going to be sticky pistons right below them all, pointing up. And when you push the wheat button up there, all the sticky pistons are going to retract, thus lowering these guys here. So they're going to drop down, which is going to allow the water to flow just the last 2 blocks that it wants to flow. So any wheat that's growing here is going to get pushed off and fall in here. Very important that I put it out there, though, so that the water ends right there. Obviously, we don't want it pushing over our reed farm or anything like that. Although, honestly, I think reeds block water. I'm not positive, but it doesn't matter for this. The water's going to end there. So yeah, you push pumpkins spit out. You push the wheat button, and all the wheat will spit out. And then the process is... Oh, and then the pistons are going to be just on a short delay, so they're all going to retract back up and close that up. The process then, and this is the cool part, you're going to come flying down the track here, take the hard left, and then this row of half slabs here is very key. So when you're in your cart, you're actually going to be down a little bit lower, and you can see right through here. So this is kind of like your drive-by sniper hole. So as you're going by, you're basically just going to hold down the left click and just kind of blast away all the reeds, just kind of tear through it all, okay? And it's just the right distance where you can hit this row of reeds, but you can't hit the wheat. So, you know, if for whatever reason you didn't want to grow your wheat, say you just planted it and you didn't think it was all full, you don't have to worry, because you're going to be flying by and you just tear down the 2 row of whatever this nonsense is called, the reeds, yeah, those things. But the reason the half slab is there and not just empty, because if that's empty, then pretty much all the reeds in this column, or about half of them, will get stuck on here. So you do your drive-by. Oh, I should also mention that as you come down here, you have to have seeds in your hand, like so. Okay, assuming that you pressed the wheat button, then you want to have seeds in your hand. So you're going to come down and seed blast all your reeds, okay? And then it's going to get to the track, loop around like this, and now you're turning and looking over here, and now all your reeds have been blasted down, so as your cart's blasting by, you just pretty much hold right-click on this recently cleared out wheat area, and basically you just blast down planting seeds the whole way. Now I do realize that the carts move a little too fast, and chances are, I don't even think it's chances, I'm pretty sure that you're going to miss probably about 20% or so, depending on how fast I have the cart going. You're going to miss, you know, a decent chunk of planting seeds here, but for this design, I don't really care, because it's fun. So yeah, it's basically a 2-phase approach. Come down here with your little laser beam and blast away all the reed, turn around and quickly do a transition, and get your aim on here, and just hold the button down as you blast all your wheat. And the other important thing is, as you're on your return trip here, you're picking up all the wheat, all the reeds, and all the pumpkins are all just gathering into your inventory. And then right here, since the tractor's set up this way, it just continues taking on your merry way up to the top, and you get all your resources, and you've replanted your wheat automatically too. So that's the plan. Now it's going to take me about 1.5 years to build all this. I'm shooting for 64 blocks, but I'll show you progress on each step when I do the pistons up there, when I do the inverted piston or sticky pistons down below, just to show you how it's going. As far as the look of it, you know, I think. Oh, the other thing I should mention too is the reason the wheat, not wheat, I keep calling this something else, the reeds are starting over there, because when you take this turn and turn, it's a little disoriented, so I want to give you a little space to kind of find your bearings and get your, you know, what I'm calling your laser beam ready to go, so that you can have it on aim and be holding the button down. I may have to push this back even farther, depending on how the test runs go, and if I can orient myself quick enough. And likewise, down here, you're going to want to do the same thing. I'm probably going to actually loop this an excessive amount back and come in, and just to give you time to kind of, leave laser beam mode and get ready to, reorient yourself this way and get ready to start going into wheat planting mode. But yeah, all right, let me, the other thing is going with birchwood here, just for a change. You guys obviously realize I'm a spruce fan at this point, but this seemed like a decent place to use birch, so I went with it. Eventually I'll want to like decorate all this. I'll probably put stone brick on the outside there, fall in some water holes, that sort of thing. But yeah, let me do a little bit more now. So the reed part is done. Obviously there's nothing else to do there. I think I'm probably going to take a stab at doing the pumpkin wiring first, because that's a little bit easier, to be perfectly honest. But I have like no pumpkins anyway, so I can't really plant seeds, but I'll get, a good row of pistons ready so that when I do start making pumpkins, I can plant them. And then after that, yeah, I'll take a stab at doing the wheat here. So we'll see how it goes. Catch up with you in a few. Okay, little update here. Threw in a little more birch. I decided to pull out the spruce that I had before. I don't even remember if I had it there last clip or not, but anyway, I'm going all birch. I got a couple little spruce logs here to show a little entryway into the actual growth area. And I added a little access door here. So I decided to actually work on the wheat part first. You can see I got all the water areas dug out, so there's going to be, this is the 8th block from where the wheat is planted, so there's going to be water sources all along this back row here, and I'm going to obviously block it off here, so the water will all flow out there. I got my sticky pistons all in place there, extended. Taking a look at the redstone, hop down here, basically just a redstone torch underneath each one, and then up on top is just a wire running along here, so when this is powered, it powers the block below it, of course, which then inverts all of the redstone torches, which then retracts the pistons. So yeah, this is pretty much going to be the wire here that gets hooked up to that wheat button up top. But for now, I got it just hooked up here. You can hear the pistons go. You can't really see much, but they're working right now. So this is generally the pattern. Oh, the other thing is I got a repeater here just to kind of refresh the signal, because obviously it can only go 16. So what I'm going is I decided to go 14 pistons and then another repeater. But what you're seeing here is basically just going to continue way down. Oh, hello, iron. Is going to just continue way down the line. Every 14 blocks I'm going to put a repeater, and that's okay because on the outside I like the idea of having a little break in it. So I'm going to kind of do this and then put a little spruce pillar here to kind of break it up a little bit, just give it a little more. And then yeah, I know I'm losing a farming square, but who cares? So that's the idea. Now I just need to put in my spruce planks here, and then I'm stuck. Okay. Let's see if I can reach over there. Probably not. Nope. One short. Alright, so now everything should be working there. I should be ready to put the water source in. Can't really see. Let me kill some wheat here. Yep, working good now. The other thing I think I might need, but I'll have to experiment, I might have to put a pulse extender on that, because I think the delay for a button might not be enough for the water to update the 2 blocks and successfully push off all the wheat. So if that's the case, probably just somewhere, that was weird, somewhere up at the top I'll put a pulse extender, which will keep it alive another couple ticks, which will probably be enough, but that's kind of final experimentation stuff. I'll do that later. So yeah, I think I'm going to add the water here and give it a shot and see what it looks like. Yeah, had to make another round of tools here because I'm kind of tearing through the pickaxes and the shovels, so let's do a couple simple enchants here and see what we get. 2's fine. Good enough, I'll take it. Good enough, I'll take it. And a shovel. Alright, that works. Alright, let's head back. So yeah, I think I'm going to need a pulse extender. I got all the water and everything's working, but watch, if I throw like just a bunch of dirt blocks there, go over here, hit the button, water runs for just a little bit, you'll see a lot of the dirt blocks don't get pushed off all the way. They need just another few ticks of water, I think, to push them off the ledge. So I'm going to go ahead and make that happen now. Alright, let's try it again. Throw some dirt blocks up there. Button. Looks pretty good. Let me just give it another quick test. Alright. I think that's enough. Let me show you what I did. Just simple. Run the wire along here now, but in the end it'll be coming out back there. This is the only real pulse extender I know how to do that I've generally just used this one. It's not that great because it only extends it a couple ticks. I know you redstone guys will probably be laughing at this and have a better way to do it, but it comes in here and basically goes through all these repeaters and kind of slows the signal down. Each time it goes through one of the repeaters, it refreshes this line here, so it keeps it alive for another few ticks. At least that's my understanding of it, but it works. So I think water is done now. Obviously there's just going to be continuing. Go down there a ton and go down there a ton and keep repeating the process. But that's as much as I'm going to do for this episode, I think, on the wheat. I'm going to do the can't talk. I'm going to do the pumpkins next. Let's see, that should be easier. Let's see how that goes. And pumpkins are done for now. They're kind of a pain though. Took longer than I thought. I forgot I have to use sticky pistons. I can't use regular pistons because regular pistons just push right through them. But pretty straightforward. Got a little wiring here that'll eventually go like the wheat. It'll go all the way up to the top. You know, sticky pistons basically got two stems that will split and go to either side. The sticky pistons will push these blocks out, knock the pumpkins off, and then just repeat yeah. Man, I can't talk tonight. Repeat the process. Thank you. Yeah. The thing that it's kind of annoying though is that the stems need to have an air block above them. So I'm not sure how I want to do the ceiling. It looks horrible right now, but I'm skipping the whole ceiling for now. So yeah, I think you can see our reeds growing in pretty good. I just actually harvested the wheat, so that's why that's gone. But yeah, like I said, eventually I'll do something much better with the ceiling. I'll probably have like lamps up there, maybe logs crisscrossing or something, but it'll look better. This is taking much longer than I expected though, so I'm not going to get as far as I had hoped to tonight, but we'll see. I think we're ready to give it a ride. Let me give some final checks here, plant some wheat and let it grow, and then we'll take a shot at taking a ride here. Hang on. Who wants to go for a ride? So yeah, I extended it a little bit more, so it should be a decent ride now. I think it's like maybe 35-40 blocks long. But yeah, should be good. I don't think the turnaround is quite big enough, so it'll be a quick spin and adjust to get that wheat planted. But yeah, you can see all my reeds have grown. We got plenty of wheat ready to go here. I didn't take the pumpkins that far, but I think we got like, I don't know, maybe like 15 of them or so up there. And more importantly, I got all the wiring hooked up to the top, added a few more power rails so that the ride back up is a little bit zippier. So I think we're ready to give this a shot here. So let's go. Let me head back up to the top here. Alright, let me turn my sound down here a little bit so that the rail chaos doesn't blow your ears out. So yeah, everything's hooked up. This button makes me go. So for our trial here, oh, let's see, hold on. Let me put some stuff in this chest here. I don't have any wheat on me. Alright, good enough. That chest isn't staying there. I'm going to redo this room a little bit too. So let's see. Push pumpkins. That just pushed all the pistons, so they're all laying on the ground down there now. Push the wheat, and that just opened up all the water streams and pushed all the wheat off, and this is what makes me go. I have the wheat, or the seeds in my hand, so here we go. Oh yeah! Spin, plant. Yeah, not bad for a first run. That was awesome. Alright, I'm gonna go take it again and see what happens. See what it looks like. No, no, no. So it filled this up. Yeah, look, we got about 80 sugar canes, only 19 wheat, which is understood. I didn't have that much wheat planted. And 14 pumpkins. That was pretty sweet. All the pumpkins are down. That one just grew. Actually, I don't know if I have a piston hooked up to that one. Ah, crap. I didn't think of this. Too much sugar cane on that side. Yep. Same thing I was saying over here with the slab. But I can't put a slab there because the wheat. Oh, that sucks. I gotta rethink that then. Anyways, that'll be for a later episode, I believe. Worked out well, though, and it was fun. I want to do it again. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think for the ceiling here? I'm thinking... I tried putting alternating stairs there, but apparently stairs still block the stem, so I'm going to try half slabs next, and then I'm thinking, like, crisscrossing spruce logs or something. And I may also space lamps once, you know, if I ever get my butt to the nether. Space some lamps, like maybe 1 every 5 or some pattern that looks decent. You know, unfortunately I have to kind of leave this dirt exposed here because the wheat requires a space above it. And that dirt is obviously for the pumpkins up there. I mean, I could put something along there like, what do you call it, item frames or something if I really want to get making this look good. But yeah, this is the big problem right here. Half the sugarcane dumped on the side. So gotta figure out a way to solve that. I'm not sure what to do yet there though. But the hard part is done now. So I mean, from where I've cut my last piece of footage there to where I extended this was pretty quick. So extending it now is super easy. Basically just dig a couple tunnels, drop some torches and wiring over there, pull this out, add some water. You know, it's pretty easy. Pumpkins are probably the hardest thing to extend, and even they're not that hard. So yeah, I think that might be all I do for this today, but let me see. I gotta see how long the episode is. I don't think it's that long yet, so maybe I'll poke around a little bit more, but we'll see. Okay, this is good. So I thought about this for a little bit, how to fix the reed falling over here problem, and I think I got a good idea. And I'm not going to do it now because it's going to take a while and the episode's just about done, but I think what I'm going to do is change the wheat button to just be, hook that up with a RS NOR latch, I think. I'm no expert. I think it's an RS NOR latch. I got to research it. And also put like a detector rail right at the turnaround here, or better yet, right where I need to stop, you know, shooting the sugar cane. So I had like a detector rail here, hooked up to an RS NOR latch with the wheat button. You press the wheat button, and that just all that ever does is turn the water on, basically. In other words, lower the piston so the water flows to its extent, and then it just stays on until the minecart comes down, hits the detector rail, flips the RS NOR latch, and closes the gates just as I'm turning around. So at that point, all of the reeds would be knocked off, and obviously if they fall there, the water's still on, so it's just going to push them right back off. Hit the detector rail, spin around, water turns off, and I plant. I think that'll do it. But like I said, I'm not going to do that now, but yeah. So I think off camera what I might do is implement that and extend this down, you know, until I get tired of it. And we'll see what we do. One of the downsides I'm starting to get concerned about is there's just not enough wheat. I may not be producing enough wheat from this, so I may have to try and figure out a way to get more. But you know, obviously I could like manually plant some in a second row there, but that kind of defeats the whole point of this thing. So we'll see though. You know, once I extend this thing, I'm sure we'll have tons of all the resources. The reason I went with pumpkins is because I want to do a lot of pumpkin lighting, and I really don't have need for watermelon. I hate it as a food source because it only does 1 heart or whatever, or 1 meat thing. So basically went with pumpkins because A, my food source is probably going to be pumpkin pie, actually, now that I got all the sugar cane, and I like it for lighting. So yeah, I think that's going to do it, guys. I'm real happy how this turned out. It's not done. I'm sorry I couldn't get it completely done, but I think you got the gist of how this is going to kind of shake down here, and I think it's pretty cool. It'll produce some resources, but at the same time, it's also going to be, you know, it'll be a good time to use. So yeah, that's going to do it for me, guys. I want to say, as I'm recording this, I just looked up and I saw I just hit 500 subs, which is amazing. I had no idea it was going to grow this fast. I'm completely astonished and thankful. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself, and I'm going to keep the videos coming. So, until next time, I'll see you guys later. One more run. Go! Mow it down. Yeah, switch. Ah, I suck at that. Yeah. Need some practice.